I ain't out here working. You crazy.
Yeah. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Let me start it off this.
I want to start off by saying greetings and salutations like I did on the first time we tried to start this.
So another week, another show, as promised. And this is part 3 of our trauma series. What are we calling it? The trauma series.
I mean, I don't necessarily have a positive connotation, but you know, it is what it is.
So, Andrew, happy birthday once again.
For sure, shout outs and happy birthday. Yeah, we didn't get the chance to do it last at the end of last show, man. That was had to shout out our top fan, our one top fan. We got a lot of top supporters and top commenters. We only get one top fan. I said that,
Setting up as usual, you know, take a minute, get around Facebook.
Share out here, yeah.
As soon as I go on Facebook, it'll be the first post. I don't even look for it. Here we go, you know, just setting everything up.
I'm excited, man. I don't know how y'all feel. I'm excited.
Push up. I'm looking on camera. Ugh. So yeah, it's gonna be a great show today. It's gonna be a great show, but you know, we gotta be the expense of greatness for this one.
You said what?
We gotta be the expense of a good show. We gotta talk about shit that we, you know.
Oh, like so this is why. So I'm excited for this show, right? And this is why I think this show gonna be, I don't know, the best. I guess, you know what I'm saying. Like the first show is, you know, you kind of open it up and we had great participation from the audience. You know what I'm saying? Everything was great, man. You know, but that's memory and stuff that you gotta go way back to think about or whatever. And then you got the teenage, young adult years, which still kind of memories and stuff. But you know, lessons learned and stuff you can use. But then now you get to this point, and it's like now you get to this point, and you like, man, now I get to talk about stuff that I do currently. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do now when traumatic stuff pop up? You know what I'm saying? Or even stuff that might not even raise that level, or maybe it do and you suppressing it even now. Like, but this stuff that we can talk about, like the action that we use right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is always a great thing.
Right. And if we could probably start off like, you know, when we got so-called grown, 18, and you know, you started to live your life now after the experiences that you've been through. Yeah, it's gonna be a good show. Right now, like I said, we just set the mood because it's a celebration because we made it to this point. So a celebration is like you need a celebratory devices.
Whatever your extracurriculars may be.
It really smells like a swisher.
Dude, what is that? It's cheap. He's smoking that cheap stuff. Don't listen to him. I don't trust it.
Yeah, it smells like a Swisher. You already know it's gonna taste good.
Me, on the other hand, y'all know what I do.
Mm.
You cut the TV down in the other room of the studio. This giant complex because of the guy.
It's good. Might be my go-to if it's I never had this one.
It's a brand. Ugh.
The only one I can find in Cleveland was literally the last one.
Magic toast. Well, I was getting ready to talk shit, but Allen Bradley makes very good cigars, so
He wanted to.
I can't.
He wanted to.
I can't talk shit. Not yet, at least.
Like I said, they said this was voted #1.
When?
Either the last year or this year, I can't remember. But, you know, it's just going through my cigar journey. Most of the time I smoke Herkus. I say probably about 90% of everything, just because of this nigga.
Just wanted to show y'all the light's going to hate on him, but you see a holographic zombie Japanese guy with a sword in his hand going to kill some people.
How much that costs?
I don't play retail. I don't know. Pardon me. I play wholesale prices in a bundle.
From the internet.
He's like a hater. Don't hate on me.
Yeah, one like.
Go ahead and dabble in some of this.
Yeah, don't top me
I
off.
know you want to drink. Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, I know you got a long drive.
Yeah, sure. Come on.
This ain't nothing special. It looks special though, which is all that matters.
Still go well with these?
Probably. I don't know. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But I do what I do.
Abstinence.
Oh, absence.
That shit.
No.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hell no. It's expensive and it's German. Shout out to the Germans.
No one?
I studied it for years.
What movie was that? Oh, I was watching that. Speaking of German.
Just like look at the sheen on it, right? Go ahead and
yeah, like this lets you know it's been perfectly it smells spicy.
The wrap is hot.
The oils.
Oh yeah, oils.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this to a cigar review show in a minute. So I say we dive right into it, man. So first off, thanks for joining us once again.
Always appreciate it, whatever you do.
Part 3 to this series. Like I don't know, man. This series not too often because we talk about serious subjects a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot, but a good amount. Stuff that's near and dear to us. Stuff that's like going on in the world, like race relations and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But rarely.
We talk about ourselves.
well, one, that's true, and then two, rarely do we talk about something that everybody across the board could like recall to in some form of way. Like you might not have scored a 6 or a 3 or whatever on the test. But you had something in your experience that your life that was deemed traumatic, even if it's just to you. You know what I'm saying? So with that, like when we talk about race relations, we giving a point of view from the young black guys, you know what I'm saying, dealing with society or whatever. And even though some people understand what we're saying or want to understand more, but they can't they can't put themselves in that position because they're not young black guys. You know what I'm saying? So But this like childhood trauma, and and how it affects you when you get older, and even teenage and young adult trauma, all this stuff. Like that's something that everybody at some point in time in their life can react to, relate to. You know what I'm saying? So I really got a fondness for this topic and how we approached it. I think we did it pretty good. So I'm I don't know, I'm just excited to not necessarily put a cap on it, but just to get to this point. So I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, I'm just watching what you do. You're a punch type of guy.
Yeah. It just depends on what it is. Sorry, y'all, I'm teaching right now. I don't know, man, but yeah. So I don't know. Thanks for y'all for supporting us through the series and all the people that share. We appreciate y'all. Um, and like I said, we got some other stuff that we're working on that we'll be uh, getting out to y'all soon as well. So thank you. Yeah. So I say, following suit, like we have, for the past 3 shows is, hold on. Angel said, I just want to say it's cool you guys have opened up and been vulnerable sharing. Yeah, it's something that guys typically don't do, you know what I'm saying? And when they do, they, withhold some stuff or whatever, or at least not share all the way, you know what I'm saying? And I can say that I've been honest for this entire process.
I'm honest, but I ain't been sharing all the way. Hell.
Well, I mean, just being honest about it. Yeah. Like this ain't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't a counseling session, a private one at least. So you don't got to share everything, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, not being afraid to, throw some real facts, some real experiences into the ring. I think that's, kind of unheard of.
Right.
You get some people that want to share, or looking for an opportunity to share, or just kind of need a setting or whatever to share, and they don't have that. Like, I mean, guys, you know what I'm saying? There's some sensitive dudes out there. You ain't gotta be sensitive. Like, just a dude that somebody eating at you, and you wanna be able to get it off your chest. That's just what it comes down to. Angel said we breaking stereotypes out here. All right, I'll take it. I'll take your word for it. Sorry, we're looking down a lot, but we don't want to corrupt.
Everybody know what this posture is.
Yeah, we don't. We don't want to corrupt the kids. We're gonna dive right into this subject.
All legal. Well, 20, you have 21 higher now.
Oh, even for vaping. All right. So, hard to go wrong with a Gurk.
Almost in here. Almost forgot.
Almost died. All right, but yeah, so I think we should start out this show like we did the other two, and we should start out with sharing something from us, you know what I'm saying, and kind of get it going. Maybe the crowd will be more comfortable sharing.
So last week we talked about teen trauma. So now that as soon as you got out of your parents' house, well, your mother's house before I got out of mine.
I was like 20.
Yeah. You called me like, yeah, you want to get up? I wasn't ready.
You know what's crazy? Like, I still remember that day. I don't know if I count this as trauma, but it was an experience. We had just went to see Paul Mooney at the Improv. The very next day, I got a handwritten note from the wonderful Yolanda Humphrey Monroe, who just joined us. Thanks for joining us. A kind handwritten note on the back of an envelope that said, "Nigga, it's time to move out." You know what I'm saying? Her exact words.
I say yours is more pleasant than my experience, but
I don't know, man.
I'll let you go first. Tell your experience.
Oh no, you get a note left on your pillow and say, beat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to beat that. I ain't saying impossible. It's hard to beat that. What am I missing here? Hold on, y'all. So my thing said beat it, and I had to do just that. Um, yeah, I was 20, I think. I was working like a part-time job, and I had to get out of there. How was you when you moved out? When they told you got to go? It was a bark.
I was 23. See, my story is a little bit different. But before I get to mine, back to yours. When you called me, I was like, yeah, I don't know. But I'm like, yeah, he gonna hate me forever because hey, I know that rent costs.
It be like that sometimes. But you just do what everybody else do. You do what everybody do when you forced to get out. You go to the cheapest, worst place on the planet, and you move to East Cleveland like everybody else, and
Hey,
you get on your journey.
so my story was I don't remember how it happened, but anyways, my father came in the room and he I don't know, he was mad because I don't remember. I probably ain't really do nothing, but whatever, I did something.
Don't be capping out here. What you do, man?
So I don't know, but anyways, he like first he slapped me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, was you sleeping? You sleeping?
I was standing up.
Did you walk in and smack you?
I don't remember. So then I'm like, so then I ate that. Then he punched me. He gave me like a punch push, and I like fell back on the bed. But you know it's a bed, so I bounced right back up. And so in my head, when he had slapped me in my head, I said, I ate that shit. But then when he had punched me and I bounced back up, I literally said, like, I ate that shit to his face.
You said them words?
I said them words. So after that, he said it was time for me to move out. He said I got 30 days to move out. See, your mother, she said it's time for you to move out right then and there.
So she gave me to the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like, yeah, it's like 30 days though. Eviction notice. The wild part, the part that killed me. I mean, it all killed me, but the part that killed me was that the house she was kicking me out of. I found that house.
So we wouldn't
have been there if it weren't for me. So I had to go.
So that was like those two instances that we just told was the start of our journey as being grown.
That don't afford you some kind of drama. Then your life's pretty good.
So of course I moved right down the street from you. Rent was $440. Like the cheapest in the city.
Damn, $440?
$440, cheapest in the city.
I was cheaper than mine.
How? Like yours, was it a 1 or 2 bedroom?
1 bedroom.
Mine was a 1 bedroom too. Like why was you? I don't understand.
2 different buildings, I guess. I don't know.
It was the same owner.
Yeah, like yours had more. I don't know. I wish mine was that cheap. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was like a little closer to 5. It was 400 something, but a little bit closer. My bad. So I lost juice. I had to get back to it.
So yeah, I mean, right there, right after that incident I just shared, it was time to move out. Like I don't, there's no reason to be, there's no reason to be keep putting myself in a situation I don't want to be in at the time.
That's true. So my bad. I got the comments back up. What's going on, Ebony J? I heard you was out of the country. No one knew.
She on her Drake. Doing her Drake thing right now.
Really? My mother said, "Why? But why? What did you do for me to put you out?"
What did you do?
I did nothing. She'll have a story. I didn't do anything for her to put me out. She just said that. What did she say? She said something like, I don't know. I think she wanted me to like pay her money, like pay her monthly. Like she wanted me to pay rent. You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
And
I ain't never paid rent all these years.
yeah,
I
like
pay rent.
you want to pay rent for the same space. And look, and by then I was working. I had just bought my own car. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't using her car no more. I was working, so I wasn't like eating in the house like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you want me to pay rent for the? That's how it be like in my apartments when the rent go up or something. Like you want to pay more money for the same space? Like y'all ain't adding on a bedroom. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And I know she couldn't pick a more worse day. I was living life after that Paul Mooney stand up. I get home, the handwritten note.
Hey, at least you had comedy before tragedy, shit. Hey, so remember that? I remember like the day after that happened. The day after that happened, I had seen you. He was like, "What happened to you?" Somebody,
after
somebody MMA or shit.
After your
something
dad?
like that, huh?
After your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, because I didn't know that story until right now. I didn't know that your dad came in there and whooped on you. Whooped on you. My mom said, yes, you did. You would not pay rent and do what you want with your money. Yes.
That's the thing. That's how he was able to buy a car on a part-time
Yeah,
job.
that's what I'm saying. Like I was working at Burger King and bought a car. Actually, I had just started working at University Hospital, and I bought a car. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so, I'm doing what I can to take the pressure off of you. Like she hated it. I think she just hated it because she's like, oh, he's growing up and he doesn't need me anymore. So that was me. So me growing up was traumatic for her. Like he's growing up and doesn't need me, don't need me anymore. So now I'm angry. So now I got to kick him out. Anyway, this is not a parent kid. Yeah. So that trauma, whatever, that experience led to like real adult trauma, right? Which was you get out there on your own and you're like, nigga, I gotta pay rent, I gotta pay lights. In my case, I had to pay gas. I think you did. I had to pay rent, lights, gas, put gas in my car potentially, and like money to eat never came. But money to like for laundry, like to wash my clothes. I remember like, and internet, what I'm saying, so you have like anything. This was before like Netflix was only doing DVDs at the time, and like it's just I don't know, man. It's that like when you get there, you just sit there, and all you have is the music that's on your Xbox because your internet got cut off. You know what I'm saying? You ain't paid your gas bill in 6-7 months because you just don't got it. You like, well, I ain't cooking anyway because I ain't eating. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time I eat is when I go to work. You working? You only working 25 hours a week. 25 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it got to the point where, and it's good. It kept me healthy and in shape. Like where I had a car that I couldn't drive because I couldn't afford to put gas in. Like, so I had to walk to work, even though I had a car. You know what I'm saying? It was probably like 2 miles, 2.5 miles there, and then 2.5 miles back
up the hill.
Yeah, like 2.5 there. Then you walk all day at work, and then 2.5 back. You know what I'm saying? Where I would get in the house and I would go to sleep immediately because like, what you gonna do? Like, ain't no TV, ain't no internet. The smartphone wasn't what they is now. You don't got no gas. You don't got no food in the kitchen anyway. You ain't cooking nothing. You got lights.
I never had a full fridge. So.
Yeah, I just don't. You know what I'm saying? And
at that time.
So I would come home like I work night shift, so it's a little bit easier. So all day you doing nothing. Like you just sitting in the house doing nothing. Like listening to music that you done burnt onto your Xbox or whatever. And then we just taking naps, like just random nap, day naps. You walk to work, you walk home from work, and then you get home from work. So I get off at 10. So I get home 11 because I'm walking slow because who cares? So I get home 11:30. I go to sleep immediately, right? Go to sleep immediately, and then like you just kind of wake up and just do it again. Like it was like all right, so you be on, at that time I was working every other weekend, rotating weekends. It's like, I gotta work, 'cause I gotta eat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that Friday, if I didn't, like, go steal lunch meat or chicken breast or, you know what I'm saying, like, something that can be heated in the microwave, if I didn't do that, like, I didn't eat, like, I had to go to work, like, you know what I'm saying? I had to go to work, man.
I'm with you, man.
No, just, you know what I'm saying? So that was, I don't want to call it traumatic, but, like, it definitely did something to me where now if something was to happen to me, I was like, nigga, whatever it happens. If you lose a job, that's cool. You'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You tie this string with this string. You fly a raven this way. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you do this. You work this bank account like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just do what you got to do, and eventually you'll get out of it. You know what I'm saying? You just keep building and keep grinding, and you'll build yourself out of it. And that's what it trained me, though. But, like, I remember sitting in that fucking apartment, man, just like raining, like, you know what I'm saying, like a sad movie, sitting in the apartment raining, just in the dark, like, because there's no TV, no internet, like, you just sitting there, man, just sitting there, trying to pay your phone bill. That's it, the whole time.
See, so when I got told I had to move out, I went crazy at work. I was working like 120 hours, like every 2 weeks. Crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like working, so I'll be able to move out. So, I got that money. Shit, I'm like, how much you paying at your apartments?
Oh, I remember. I'm like, I don't even think they know units, but just the number. Mm-hmm. We can go down there, we can talk to them.
Down there, they said I'm good. Went on a couple of dates with a felon because of it. It's a wild story.
Be like that.
But you would never know. That was crazy. Anyway, so I, it was time to move. I had moved everything by myself except for a heavy ass desk you helped me with and like a dresser or something. I helped with, but other than that, I moved everything. So I had the bed on top of the S10 Blazer. It flew off while I was driving a shaker, like right when you on Van Aiken, like about to turn onto that shaker. And
to come
flew
up,
off,
yeah.
But somebody was behind me, and then he put it on top of his car. Like,
I remember that. Yeah,
he drove with me.
Crazy.
I'm like,
shout out to that dude. Good Samaritans out here.
He said he owns. I know he owns some place. I don't remember now. But I always should have wanted to go up there just because he helped me. Support his biz. I was supporting, but I can't remember what the fuck he did. But yeah, thank that guy. So I moved in. Nigga, the first night I didn't have couches. Did I have couches? No, I did, but I had that chair. Sat in the chair. I just rolled up, blew one. Like, damn, I'm probably out.
Yeah.
I'm probably out of here. So I blew in his apartment. It was cool, and then I remember I had lost the one job. Like losing a job when you gotta pay for an apartment.
Man,
I had another job, but that job I was only making like $300 every 2 weeks.
Especially at that time where, like I said, not as bad as like child trauma or whatever. Like you don't got no basis in this. You ain't never been without where you gotta tie the knots together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so that is particularly taxing. For me, I know. You know what I'm saying? For you, I know. And it's just man. You just don't know, like you don't know, but now you do, like, which is great.
600 a month. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that after I lost my main job? So, was I paying rent? No, I did not pay. Like, after I lost that job, I didn't pay rent. Like, I didn't pay rent for a good, I say 7-8 months. Like,
really?
Like, how the fuck you go not paying rent 7-8 months and they not evicting me? Like, they gave me warnings, but I wasn't paying no attention to that shit.
Damn. So first off, let's shout out to East Cleveland. Shout out to East Cleveland and East Cleveland landlords, because apparently they don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just like, oh well, we got somebody in there. They'll pay us eventually, hopefully.
Like, I remember I had changed the locks on there. Well, I didn't change the locks. I rekeyed the lock, so I was the only person with the key, so nobody could get in. So I remember like one of the workers that worked there was trying to get in with a flathead screwdriver and shit. So I hear some shit at the door. I grabbed the shit. I go through the door, look through the peephole, seen it was one of them. Then I put it up. Then I opened the door and just looked at him. Like,
what did he say?
He ain't really speak English all like that. And he's like, oh, sorry, And they got on the phone, probably called the main niggas. Yeah, I'm still in there. Then I got a letter from a lawyer and shit. And I was like, yeah, it's time to get out. They serious.
That's funny, man.
But they ain't want to pay the money for the lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why would you? So they like, all right, we sue him or whatever. Like, what we gonna get? Like, this nigga live in an apartment paying $440. If he can't afford that, you think he can afford to pay us?
So they sent me some shit. I had to go to court for the eviction shit. I mean, why would I show up to that? You know what I'm saying? Why would I show up for that? And I had moved out way before then. And nigga, my life has been
better ever since. So look, so that's like our first, I guess, bouts with drama as far as like being an adult, like when you first move out. One of the greatest thing that came of that though,
what?
Besides having the tools to to learn, to learn what to do, and having the tools to that we can use now, like use today. ePIFFany Radio was born out of that. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, like, how do you start a company when y'all niggas ain't eating? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you do that?
Yeah, internet.
That was it.
I got internet.
Nigga, that's crazy.
And I think I probably only got internet for the show because I ain't have shit else. But my old high school, my sister told me they were selling laptops for like $100 for an old ass laptop. So of course I went and got that, and that's how the show was born. And I didn't have a name for it, and I was talking to somebody that was like, "Why don't you do ePIFFany?" I'm like, "Well, that's the day I was born on. Fuck it." You know what I'm saying? And I came to you. I'm like, "You want to do this, radio show, whatever?" You was like, "So all I got to do is talk and show up. That's it."
Simple shit, man. Simple shit. And then so this the brainchild for what we are now started when we was kids. There wasn't eating food. There was just like to the point where like nigga, I don't know how you was eating over there. I know you going heavy. I was just drinking hella more liquor. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like, all right, like I can go get a sandwich and eat it for like breakfast, lunch, and I'm gonna be hungry later. And you already get this fucking old English and just be full the entire day because it's full of fucking carbs. Like you just full the entire day.
I was drinking Milwaukee's Best or Bud Ice. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like just destroying ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was drinking VSQ. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst of the worst, the bottom of the bottle shelf. Like that was just to get by. You know what I'm saying? But it's a time in my life that I wouldn't change for not only for what we starting this out of that, but like I said, the tools, like them tools that some people will never have because of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about being a kid and heating up water in the microwave to wash up with, or you know what I'm saying, the lights off so you got to heat it on the stove, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like them tools that some people never have. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that's no slight against them, but they just never had to go through it. So that's them tools or experiences that they never have, and vice versa. They got some stuff that we'll never have. You know what I'm saying? And like them tools just let me know that no matter how tight you got to pull that belt strap or whatever the saying is, and we can make it through. You just gotta bide the time and you can make it through though. You get to it. Man.
Yeah. I mean, the worst of times make the best of times. Shit. So
eventually.
Yeah.
So, if y'all got any
I'm not sure.
So if y'all got any rookie, if y'all got any experiences like when y'all first moved out or whenever y'all consider y'all adulthood or whatever to start, share with us if you feel comfortable, or a story or whatever.
So, like you said, ePIFFany Media was started.
Out of that.
What we spent like $15 a month, $20 a month for the
Something like that. I know we got cheap microphones.
cheapest microphones ever.
Nigga had mini phones back then. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a rough time, man.
I had
A rough time.
I had like a flip phone or something like that. Did I have a flip phone? I probably had a Rebel or something cheap as fuck. Something.
Yeah. You know what? It probably was a Rebel. I remember. So just.
Oh, did I have that Sprint? No, I remember I had Sprint. I had it because I had a. I think I had my own Sprint account too. It was horrible service.
Oh, y'all don't make money.
Yes, I do because I stopped. Oh yeah, I forgot. I stopped paying it because I ain't had no money. I probably got Rebel or Flip. I don't know. I got something, man. I know it's something cheap. Yeah.
So I don't know. So like I said, if y'all got any experiences that y'all want to share with us, cool, please do it. And Angel just did it. Angel said, when I moved out, it was about choice. Immediately following graduation, I was prepared financially somewhat, but emotionally I wasn't ready. See, look, this is right. This is a perfect example. Like mentally, I had it.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Financially, not even close. You know what I'm saying? Like so right. So Angel got some experiences that I never had. I'd never be like I'm ready to move out, and then you get there and like, oh, I wasn't ready for it. Eventually, I was like, man, I done took baths, you know what I'm saying, with water from the microwave. Like, I can make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but how you gonna do it financially? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying?
Like they said, the first like 3 months was free or some shit. So normally you're supposed to just still take the rent
and just keep paying it.
Not me. So it came. Like literally, I moved in September. I said like September-ish, something like that, and I stopped paying rent. I stopped paying rent like it was like during the show. Show started in April.
So what? So you pay rent? You pay rent for 4 months, 4 or 5 months, like 4 or 5 months. You were there for rent. 4 or 5 months.
I probably stopped paying rent in maybe August, September, something like that.
Damn. If only I knew it was that simple.
No, probably way earlier than that because
that's crazy.
Because I remember.
Why didn't you tell me that? Like, I wouldn't have paid rent either.
I moved out.
Damn.
I probably moved out in November, December of 2012. I moved in 2011. I moved out November, December 2012. So, yeah.
Damn. Well, I didn't get on that plan. That's crazy. I ain't know nothing about that. See, we all finding out stuff. Angel said, she said, I cried inside wanting to go home once I moved to my apartment. She said her dad made her save half her paychecks for a year and a half. So when I moved out, I had a decent start.
Damn, that's a good.
Damn.
That's a good dad right there. You knew he was ready. It was time. Do it on your own.
Well, from the sound of it, she's like, I want to move out after graduation. And he was like, cool, this is what you need to do. This is your plan. He didn't write a note to you like, hey,
nigga, you need to go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or your mom may come in and slap you in the face and tell you to get out. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, black parents, stop kicking your kids out because they're not ready.
Yeah,
financially, for sure. That might be like whole childhood. You be like, I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to get out of this house. But financially, as a black youth that grew up in the inner city, like no, unless you got a good job or something. But no, you're not ready. I was not ready. Yeah. But I'm glad all that stuff happened because I got fired from the one job, and then I had to turn a part-time into a full-time. Eventually, I turned it into a full-time, and I ain't never looked back.
That's a success story. That's how you deal with trauma. You know what I'm saying? You own it and make it your bitch, and then come out strong on the other side. That's what I love about it. The black parents, white parents, we're gonna say that for another show. I think that's a great topic though. Black parents be wilding out here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but Angel, thanks for sharing, for sure. So we want to talk about, so as we go along, if you want to share more traumatic experiences as an adult, like once you, and it might not even be once you move out, like maybe that's not what you consider your adult life starting, but whatever you do, you can like share with us, type it down in the comments. Even if you watch this later and not live, just go ahead and share. We'll respond to you for sure. But yeah, like we want to know, man, because man, the only way you're gonna fix stuff, and the only way you can help each other is by sharing experiences and sharing each other's life story. And then you might take something from it and apply it, or give it to somebody, a niece or a nephew or a kid or something, and you pass it on, and then you just kind of go from there. Andrew said moving on wasn't really traumatic, just emotional. Well, okay, we can fuck up. Yeah, all right, Andrew, I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. That's good though. I said it's good that it was more emotional, not traumatic. You said mentally you wasn't ready. Right, so all your stuff was like, oh, I had to drive back to my parents' house. Where I, on the other hand, was like, I ain't going back. I remember my grandmother, sorry, just going this thing about moving out and stuff, but I remember my grandmother she came over like, look, man, like she brought me some food, like a big ass pot of chicken noodle or something. She's like, hey, if you need help, that's
the grandmothers. They're a different type of mother.
I'm telling you, right, exactly. And at that time, me and my grandmother wasn't super close. We wasn't super close at that point. But she was like, hey, like you need a couple bucks, or even if you just need food, like come out of church, we do like a food drive, like or I'm your grandmother, like tell me that you need some food, and I'll bring you some food. And I took it to heart, but I just couldn't make the call, like, cause we wasn't that close, so I couldn't do it. And I damn sure wasn't calling my mother. I definitely wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? She the one that put me out. She put me in this predicament. I wasn't doing that. Angel said traumatic adult experiences for me was losing my dad, and then my mom. My brother robbed the house the day my mom died, stole my dad's ashes, and really messed me up for a minute. Shit. Even though I know the story, when you put it out on when you write it out like that, shit is all I can say.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Similar story happened to somebody in my extended family. Like the other, they came and took everything from the house after the parent died. Like how? And they sold it. It's crazy.
People crazy. Like, but can you imagine somebody like you're at the funeral, and while you're at the funeral grieving or whatever, somebody break into your house and like take whatever property, what I'm saying, for the person that just passed. So like you already sad, and you come home and like, damn, so somebody robbed us, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of find out that it's like your own brother, you know what I'm saying, like, or your own family member. That it would be crazy, man, crazy. I don't know. Shout out to you, Angel, for being strong enough to endure that, because I don't know how you do that without flipping out. I mean, like, really, like, how do you do that without flipping out? Like, she said it's okay because she learned to cut off family. She said he took all my dad's guns and tools and the ashes
all the shit
off the mantle.
That's worth money.
And the ashes, though.
But the ashes, though, that was the last drop I eat.
Nigga, that's crazy. Like, man, we had to shoot.
That's why will is important. At the end of the day, but he stole
it though. Like, yeah, even if it was will to her, he still stole it. Like, nigga, I don't know how you do it. Like, we'll be beefing to this day. She called him a dirtbag. That's nice. You know what I'm saying? That's nice. Dirtbag is nice. We'll have to shoot it out every time I seen that nigga. Every time.
Like you wouldn't kill him, but
no, I don't even shoot it out.
Like we have to
shoot the fair one every time though. Yeah. Every single time, forever. Old as fuck, 60, fighting. You know what I'm saying? I heard fighting in the streets.
Oh man, yeah, I got a these cigars got me.
But like a beehive. She said my parents had a will, but he wasn't entitled to what he took. Right, that's what I'm saying. Even if he was, even if he was, you don't just go take shit from somebody's house while they're not there.
He said his dad
She
left him
said
$1. That's disrespectful.
Hey,
I mean that tell you something right
so
there.
that means that even your dad knew he was a fucking dickhead. Angel, if I see your brother, we gotta shoot the fair one. Out of respect. I said nice. Out of respect for you, your family, if I see your brother, we gotta shoot the fair one, man. Nigga, that's just some dick shit to do.
But on top of that, you
Damn.
took the ashes. Like not okay, you took the guns, whatever. Then you took the ashes. Now you really trying to hurt your
Yeah.
sister and
So you selfish, and I don't even know what to call it, to be honest. So Angel, so before we go off on a tangent about fucking up some dude, how did you handle that? Like I know you said it messed you up for a while, but like when you got over it or whatever, like how did you come to grips? Now I know the story, but tell the story for people that want to know. Like I still don't know all the way. Like how did you get to a point where he's like, either I forgive him or I don't forgive him, but I'm over it. I at this point I got to grow from it or whatever. Like how did you get to that point, like the next step in life? She said trust issues. Yeah, that goes without saying.
like trust issues is a big thing with me. It's hard for me to just trust new people, especially. It's like hard for me. Even somebody may have good intentions, but it's just I got better at it as I got older. Around that time, I moved out. So you come from, traumatic experiences. Now you're on your own. It ain't like you just, stop traumatic experiences. Like they still with you. So around that time, like blowing heavier than I'm just blowing heavy. Um, Drinking more at that time. Just in the house, just drinking like we said, Milwaukee's best.
Raw liquor, man, just destroying.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just depressing time. So of course, if you want to listen, you can go to the SoundCloud. Look up Byron Whispers. You know that story, but then that story led to me, being able to talk about not only what happened. We really didn't even talk about that. Like it was talked about a little bit, but we mostly just talked about from 0 to 24 at the time. So
like I think that's a good. People talk about opening it up. I think we share the song after the show. I'll share the song after the show. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about opening it up. You know what I'm saying? So he talked about his experiences and at that time, ePIFFany Radio was the least part of what I'm saying, your worries and all that shit. But what kind of led down to the end of that, and then like all the stuff that happened with you, and then like working your way back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Is we in our very first episode of ePIFFany Media, we touched on that a little bit, but we didn't really talk about it. You were still trying to get in the swing of things, being all secretive, and didn't want to share.
Like I'm not going. It's like I'm not. I mean,
I don't. Let me just say this: I'm not blaming you,
right?
Because it's a real personal situation, so I'm not blaming you at all. But I just think that, and maybe not this might not be the right show, but
I can talk about it as I can talk about it in a way. Like it's only one person I know, like what my mom was thinking at that time, and that's Laura. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I told her, I mean, that's my wife. We just be laughing about the shit. Like it's really comical, but
I'm still. By the way, I'm still claiming that nigga, I was the reason they saw together.
Why you say that?
Nigga, what you mean? I'll tell you off camera.
All right.
I'll tell you off the camera.
So
when you was down, nigga, I held you down. I just say that. Mm-hmm. Now, that's all I'm saying on camera. Ask Laura.
She was she was there too.
No, I'm not saying she wasn't there,
Yeah.
nigga, but everybody at that point, everybody like, nigga, what the fuck, like, what do we do with this? Like, what do we do? And nobody had experience with this. You know what I'm saying?
Like no one. Like
so nigga,
ever
she was like, well, I want to chill, but I don't really fucking know. Like, I don't want to bag out, but like you know, so I fuck with them. And I'm like, that's probably the last thing you want to do right now is bag back or whatever. And she listened, and y'all happily ever after.
Hey, she went to jail for me.
I didn't know that. That's wild. That's
not like she a criminal, but like I don't know. She was like looking all over the city for me, like going to police stations, this and that.
I know your parents called me like, you talked to Byron? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I didn't talk to him since the show. Mm-hmm. I'm like, cuz was acting weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, cuz acting. Let's not tell them all. I ain't seen him since the show. I'm like, he was acting a little weird. I'm like, cause I remember that day. I remember that episode. We kind of went off on trauma a little bit. Well, it's kind of trauma.
Yeah, and that shit is trauma.
I remember we got into it like the last episode of ePIFFany Radio. We got into it, and I left, and I left and walked home because I was broke. I left, walked home. I'm walking home, and that was on a Monday. We didn't talk like ever. Like we usually talk like maybe not the next day, but usually by Tuesday.
Shows on Mondays or Fridays.
Monday or Friday, yeah. So typically by Wednesday we talk, trying to get ideas for the next show or see what's going on. We didn't talk that day. I know it was because we got into it, but I'm like, all right, Thursday we got to talk. And Thursday, nothing. And I remember your parents called me Thursday, like you talked to Byron, but I ain't talked to him since Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like he was acting a little weird, like, but I ain't really know blah blah. And then it was either later that night or Friday, the very next day, that's when they had called me. And I remember, and I'm like, do I find him, whatever? And yeah, blah, blah, blah. So that's when I left work and came shout out to the hospital and all that shit. But like, I remember that shit. Like, I remember it happening.
See, that day,
you know what I'm saying?
You see, that day was for the show. That day was the start of it. My memory is kind of foggy because
my mom said she was traumatized.
That day was kind of foggy because like a lot of it all blended in together, and it seemed like it happened. But anyways, what I didn't know at the time is that not everybody could blow heavy. Like they say, you know what they say trees. If you catch my drift, you catch my drift. But they say trees, you know.
They cover your ass now, so you have ashes all over the place.
You know, it ain't gonna fall off.
Rookie.
Yeah.
Talking shit.
I was about to literally about to go ask
talking shit
after that hit. And,
Rookie.
You know. Vacuum.
Yeah, I'll get the vacuum for you. Don't worry about it. Get the vacuum.
Now let me get back on track. Oh, so yeah, that Sunday was like probably the start of it, but of course I didn't know what was going on. But so not everybody can blow trees heavy. And what I was smoking at the time was like super, super loud, super strong. And I was smoking it out of a bong too. So what happened, what I didn't know what happened was like called psychosis or whatever. So psychosis is what people with schizophrenia have when they have an episode and shit. So they just fucking hear voices in their head, whatever. So that's what would happen if your body can't handle alcohol,
chemicals,
trees, stuff like that. So if your brain can't adapt to it, so it can happen with alcohol too. Luckily, it don't happen with that, but I don't drink that much to make it happen. But it can happen with that. So yeah, Sunday, it was like that's when it started. Like, that's when it started. So I don't remember when I had. I know Sunday Monday or Tuesday, I end up not going to the school. Not going to work at all. I was just in the house just on some trippy shit, and I'm not gonna go into details, but it's a very comical story.
Shit weird. I mean, you know, I'm saying like shit is weird. Like
Of course, it's weird to me that the brain can do some shit like that, but
of course,
it do. So, eventually, I end up calling. I ended up calling like my cousin or something on the way to. I was about to go to my mother's job, but she wasn't there. But then I was about to go to my parents' house or some shit. But then I didn't go to my parents' house, and then I had went to the school. Like I literally went to work and shit. And I think my father came, my mother and father came and got me. Then we went to the hospital.
Right. That sounded about right. Now, I know what I got the call. Nigga, I left my job, came up there, chilled, nigga, all night. Nigga, nigga like this. No, once
I didn't want to sleep because I was doing it in there.
He didn't want so I got there. You know what I'm saying? And I told the parents, I'm like, y'all go home. Y'all want to? I think I was getting ready to leave anyway, but y'all go. I'm gonna stay. Blah blah blah. Nigga, it's like when I get there, it's like midnight, right? Man, this nigga he's sitting wide awake, like it's noon. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, I just got there working, and I walked to work. Like we can talk about work.
Like luckily you was at the next stop or.
Yeah, it's still a long ass walk. Like from Cleveland to UX, walked up to the hospital. And I'm tired as fuck. And I'm just sitting in the chair. This nigga wide awake like it's noon, and he's just staring me in my eyes like, "Don't let that door close." I'm like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "Whatever you do."
Like, that's because I thought like, nigga was going. Nigga was gonna gas the room. Nigga was gonna die.
He just looks like.
And I had no facial.
Nigga, yes, yes, nigga. Nigga, you have no hair. Like, nigga, you really looking like Bart for real. No hair, and he just kept looking at I'm like the TV was on, but he was watching me. Like, nigga, whatever you do, don't let that door close. I'm like, nigga, relax, dog. Like, nobody's gonna close the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I ain't about to let nothing weird. Like, I'm in here. Like, nigga. So I started now it's like 2 a.m. Nigga, I'm starting to nod off and shit. This nigga wide awake. Like, I just remember looking like just, I can't do it looking at the camera, but nigga just look like now imagine that was
I'm not going to sleep.
with no hair, no hair at all. Like just looking at you like don't fall asleep because they're gonna close that door and don't let that door close. This shit was just weird to me, like, you know what I'm saying? So, this is my nigga since, I met you when I was like 9 or 10. We didn't really start kicking it until a little bit later. He was hanging out with Mo Jr. It was a good choice. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I knew this nigga since I was 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's over 10 years, blah, blah, blah. And, it's a nigga I talk to, every other day, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now this shit is weird to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm tripped out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole time. Like, so, it's, Andrew said it's nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, you gotta tell your story, man, every time. But the shit was just weird. So I'm doing that. I'm also talking to Laura. You know what I'm saying? Like, along with me, nigga, not, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being in a fucked up spot in my life. You know what I'm saying? Just, adulthood or whatever we're talking about. And it was just a fucking lot, like, you know what I'm saying? This shit was just crazy, man. It was crazy.
It was a lot for you. It was a lot for me.
Like, for sure. I ain't saying like I was the victim.
So,
but shit was a lot though.
Like the doctor came and told me, like, this is what happens to people when they, when they go, it's called psychosis when, you can't handle, not can't handle it, but like some people not built for it. I'm like, I don't believe that shit. I've been told years and years is like harmful and shit. It's harmful to people who don't have who haven't been predisposed chemically, whatever.
It's chemicals. Chemicals, whatever. When you do whatever, it changes.
Yeah.
It's the same shit in your body. It's just chemicals.
So when I got home from the hospital and shit, I'm like, I don't, believe that shit. So I went and caught some shit, and That was the last time. That was the last time. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. That shit is true. But as the years, I mean, not or as the year went by, Google was my best friend, and I'm looking up like uh, that. There's tons of people that this happened to. Then I found out like friends of mine, that happened to them too. So we just sitting there talking like what? You know what I'm saying? And she told me the same thing happened to her, but the thing with her is like medicine didn't work for her, so like it was constantly like fucking with her.
Flared up and shit.
Then I met um, two other people that it happened to, and it was like, wow, so this is like a real thing or whatever. But yeah, like I said, being with a therapist, I was able to talk about like everything, whatever. So yeah, so I don't blow no more. It's over with. But I have new like information like as to why that happened. Like, THC is not really what they did. Like people just want to get fucking stoned and shit. So they took out the part that make you not so paranoid and this and that, and they bred it out of it, and all they had was just high THC levels, so people getting fucking out. Now they got like crazy shit. Like I heard an interview with Snoop. He said no, like it was like called Moon Rock. He was like, no, I'm not. Like, you don't want to smoke that shit.
Yeah.
If Snoop telling you, you don't want to smoke that shit. You don't want to smoke that shit. Like
true.
Like it's true. So now I see they're getting back into like more like CBD strains because CBD is like the opposite and or whatever. But do I want to? No, I don't want to. No, I'm good. Like just because of the risk, like if I have to go
like,
through shit like that.
Yeah, why take the risk? I wouldn't. So your mom said it was a sad situation. The mind and brain is never play with. However, God is able because the situation could have been worse, much worse.
Yeah, God is able. You're gonna have to tell everybody at the church. Pray. I mean, it's good. Some people, but they're gonna ask why.
What happened? Yeah, what's going on?
How you gonna explain to? Well, you're in the hospital going crazy. The hospital going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
So then I gotta see these people. They looking at me like I'm crazy. Like that's been dead and gone. Like
still though.
Still like that's not something you want to tell that I went crazy.
So I don't know. So hopefully your mom shares, like, tell us something a traumatic experience that you experienced, like, that you dealt with in your adulthood. Don't use the same one. If you want to share, I don't want to say what to share. If you want to share about your son going wild, then please do. But or share another one or whatever. But so we want to talk about some of the stuff that we deal with, trauma that we deal with, like as adults or whatever. And then we want to, like, the second half, not just half of the show, but we also want to talk about like how we moved on forward, and what experiences. Like he was talking about, he went and did he talked to a counselor, all this stuff.
Yeah, it was recommended by the hospital.
Yeah,
whatever. And she told me like, I deal with people because I like if you listen to that song that I made at that time, I thought like I wrote that like damn near less than a year after that happened. I'm like, damn, I got schizophrenia or some shit, not knowing that I didn't. But she had told me like, no, I meet people every day. I talk to people every day who have that. That's not what you have. Like, you smoke this, so this happened. You can't smoke it again. But if you do smoke it again, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. So. And you can get to the point where you can't come back from it.
That's what I'm saying. Cause you damage your brain.
So. So Angela said, at least you know what caused your episode. She said, I went through severe panic, anxiety attacks for a couple of years. I thought I was going to die. I don't know why. I couldn't barely drive. I couldn't be alone in the room, even in the bathroom. She said, I left my job in the ambulance a couple of times thinking I was dying. So to this day, you don't know what caused your panic attack. Like to this day, you don't know what.
See, I mean,
what it was.
I mean, it's the same thing. Anxiety or whatever is a mental illness.
For sure.
And I mean, there's nothing you can do. Like, let's say I don't really have a care in the world about being broke or not having food, whatever. But if that happens to somebody who has anxiety, like they thinking about that shit 24/7, like they can't help it, and they fucking break down. You know what I'm saying?
See, I've always been blessed, I guess I'd say, where I never had to deal with like any type of like mental that I know of. There's some shit I'm blocking out, like stuff that happened or whatever, but nothing um, like what you went through or anxiety attacks or anything like that. I never had to deal with any mental challenges like that. Cause man, I adapted at a young age that like and so Scarface uses this line in the song, and it's like my all-time favorite quote ever. Like in the history of rap lyrics or quotes, motivational quotes, all this stuff. But I was doing this even before I ever heard this, before he ever released a CD. Not a CD, but that CD. So the quote is, I cannot, at least I can't, but it sounds weird without concept. I can't complain about what I can't change, so I adapt, right? So if you know, like, nigga, ain't no food at home, like, what you gonna complain about it not being food at home? Nigga, go out and find food, or don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but keep complaining about it, like, what are you gonna do?
Like, that's what. Okay, I don't got no money. Let me find out what can I do to get some money.
Yeah.
Legally.
Or if I can't do anything, I'm still not, personally, I'm still not gonna complain about it, cause like, ain't nothing's changing about it. And if it's something I can't change, then I should be fucking changing it.
Like, drink water, like, I mean, you gonna survive.
Yeah,
everybody can survive off water. They don't like it.
But you can do it. And that's what I'm saying. So if you can change it by going out and working more hours, then you damn sure shouldn't be complaining about it. You should be working more hours. And if you can't change it and you can't work more hours, then what the fuck are you still talking about it for? Like, it is what it is. Right. So like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I adapted that as a young age. So as far as like stress and anxiety and there's all this stuff that like I said, that y'all deal with. I've been blessed enough or whatever to never have to deal with something like that. And I feel that part of it is because of, that's my fucking motto. Like, if I can change it, then I will. And if I can't, I got no business complaining about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just something I just can't change, like if I just like hate being black, there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm not complaining about it. You know what I'm saying?
You can change your financial situation.
Get a better job, work a second job, work more hours. And if you can't do it, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's something where you can do it. It might take time, but you can fucking apply the job all the time.
You really don't, like, once you say if it's a job that you never had experience in your mind, a simple person in your mind is telling you, well, I don't have experience in this. They ain't gonna hire you. But a person like me is like, be like, well, okay, let's say sales experience. Well, I sold, such and such before. I'm good at this. I love this product, even though I never sold it. I know everything about this product. So why can't I sell it? So you get to the interview, say, well, this cigar right here, I love the flavor. It's a Nicaraguan tobacco in here. It has a sweet, taste. The person who, discovered this cigar, they smoked it at night. We can call it Magic Toast. So somebody's telling you can't do something. It's not in my mind that I can't do anything. Like, I can do anything.
Exactly.
But not everybody has that in them. So
it's true.
So when it comes to this, like, I have like my business for ePIFFany media, whatever. But when I tell somebody who doesn't have the same mindset, they're not going to understand. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to understand. Like, telling somebody, they'll be like, okay, so we need to focus on this, though. Like, no, like, you don't. I have my goals. Like,
we can end the show talking about ePIFFany media trauma, right? So we can talk about us telling. I personally can talk about telling my family ideas, people that I know that got these certain connections with stuff that we want to do, and they're like, well, why would they do that though? I'm like, don't fucking worry about that. Like, just do the part I'm actually, just make the introduction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll worry about that part. You know what I'm saying? And this is my family I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We talk about family weeks, months ago, before the charity ran, we talked about family and support and all that stuff. So I don't want to get into that now, but we can talk about all the stuff that we want to do Epiphany Media wise that people don't support or whatever. And these are our people. But it's Angel said, I went to counseling, but I still don't know why or what triggered it. So, I think that's worse, right? I think that's worse. That where at least if you know why, then you can avoid it. But if you don't know anything, like you don't know anything at all, why or where it came from, and that's a reason where you can't do nothing about it, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's even worse of not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like we just don't have no idea.
I mean, sometimes it's probably, I mean, it's there the whole time. It just takes something to make it come out. Something to make it come out. Like the brain is like fragile. You know what I'm saying? Very fragile. It's very powerful.
Nigga,
it's very fragile.
Like, you mean fragile as in psychologically fragile. I seen a surgeon chop a brain up like he was serving brisket the other day. It's also very fragile, as in physically like fragile. This nigga chopped that bitch up with a sharp knife like he was serving dinner.
Mentally fragile, yes,
for sure.
Something happened to you. I mean, something could happen. Experience can happen to you. So with your brain, you're thinking about it so much that it can just force you into having an anxiety attack.
Man, like, so the only thing I can think of, so Angie said it just sort of passed. So the only thing I can think of, man, like what? So what do you do now? Like a traumatic experience now. Like how do you deal with it now? Or how would you deal with it now?
It's like I'm so hard now.
Pause.
Like pause. I'm so hard. I'm so hard now that it's like I don't know.
See, I think for me, my greatest tool for I hate to say it, and I hope it don't happen tonight or the next 20 years. Our parents gonna die, right? People gonna die, right? And the only thing that I can do, the only thing now, mentally thinking about it, that I can do is I can use the tools or the experience I had from my grandmother dying or my dad dying or something like that, and being able to have some kind of context for, okay, it's tough, it's really tough, it's difficult. You did this before, and of course it's different losing parents. I'm sure Andrew can attest to this. I'm sure it's 1,000% different losing parents. But you've dealt with loss before, so it might not be the same, but you got some sort of a connection. You got something that's some kind of a link that you can make where you can be like, okay, it's tough. I made it through that day. It was the toughest day of my life at the time. I made it through it. It took time, but I made it through. I'll make it through this time the same way I will every time. Like, of course, it's gonna take some doing, but like I think that's the strongest tool that we can use now that we're older or adults or in our established life or whatever, is being able to recall a memory, like being able to recall something that we can use as a tool for nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's the best thing we can do. Andrew said it's actually interesting because now I'm able to handle a lot more. I know I made it through some crazy dark times, so now I'm more calm when stuff happens, and I just do what I need to do. She said it's true, you made it through, pull strength from that, and I think that's the greatest tool. So of course there's other things you can use, like you can join. I would say fraternity because we're adults. So I don't know if it's a cutoff or whatever, but you can join like a group or any type of a thing where you can just pull from other people, like-minded people, or even if it's something that I think Angel was talking to somebody this weekend, and they was telling her a story about how I don't know if they had bad birthdays when they was younger, or they had just difficult experiences when they was younger, and they are able now that they join like a group where they celebrate birthdays, where everybody come together and celebrate each other's birthday, and they like share money, like a money pool, and just spend time with you for your birthday. So he was able to replace all his sad younger birthdays with these new birthdays that he having now, with a bunch of people that wants to be around him, that want to spend time with that, where he's the center of attention, I guess. Like, I don't really know his mind state, but just like um, where he can replace those bad memories with these good memories. So he's pulling from that, and he's like, I'm not going to be that sad, sorry person no more. I'm gonna take my new memories and I'm gonna make them into the best thing I can do now.
Man, that's the only thing you can do.
I mean,
You learn from your experience. Like, to take it back to what you said, like, people pass in now. Now it's like, let's say like my wife, somebody close to her passed recently. But since I've been through a lot of traumatic events, she really, not really at all. I can be there for her because I can be strong for it. You gotta be strong for it.
it's true.
So,
and you can tell her your experiences and how you dealt with it. Maybe she can pull from that. She's like, okay, well, this worked for you. I'm a similar person. I'm gonna try this too. Or I'm the opposite, so I'm gonna try the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Or just whatever. Like, but having a support system in anything, whether it's having a team of people that support you doing your dream, like doing what we're doing, this ePIFFany stuff. Whether it's people that support you at your job that you ever put down as references for better positions. Just a support system, like people that support you, that believe in you, or they know that you're a good person and that you work hard or whatever, and you deserve or want to be in a better place. Like just anything like that. Like you got to draw from all of that to make it a better place for yourself. Like to make it better for you. You know what I'm saying? To be able to pull through your next difficult thing. I think that's it's all type of I don't want to say scientific, but like counselor answers and 12-step programs for dealing with trauma and stuff. And I agree. I'm not saying that they don't work for everybody, but I know when it comes down to it, having a person or a group of people or having some people that got your back trumps everything. Like the same way businesses will tell you, even us, I tell you that the most thing you can do, like we ask people to rate us and leave a review, 5 stars or whatever you feel like we would deserve, and if you want us to do something better or advice or anything, like to send it to us. Most of y'all didn't. I'm not mad about it, I'm just saying. But but how businesses say, like the best thing you can do is tell your friends about it, right? The best thing you can do is tell your group of people, and then maybe one or two of them will listen. Then they tell 1 or 2 people, maybe they'll listen. You know what I'm saying? Like that word of mouth, that having a group of people that support you enough to tell somebody about it or to support you through it, like that's the best thing that any business or any person going through something can hope for. Having somebody there that's just willing to listen, or having somebody there that's willing to be like, hey, I get it or I don't get it. Sometimes you have like, I don't understand how it feels to lose a parent, or sometimes I don't understand how it feels to be discriminate black, like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, I don't fucking understand, but I'm here to listen to you vent, or I'm here to tell you that, I'm here to take the journey with you, or whatever. Like sometimes, like that's the best thing that you can have, period. Even if it's a counselor, like sometimes it's just the best thing for everybody. And just say, yeah, having a support system, support strength from somebody that's really in your corner. I do want to pull up it's 9 steps is for the counselor answers. Not I gave y'all the what we think answer. The actual counselor answer is the first thing you can do. The first thing that you should do is ground it. Like so, for this process to work, say take a minute for yourself. Like get in a space. Don't have to be dark, but get in an area where you won't be interrupted, you won't be disturbed, just so you can kind of get in the right mind space. So the first thing you want to do. Then the second thing is you want to recall whatever it is that you feel like is causing you trauma, right? And so we talked about it before, and not everybody know what it is that causes them trauma, But through that test, you might recall something. The test we took on our first episode dealing with trauma, like that might recall something in you. That might pop something up in your mind, right? So you want to recall that and think and focus on that thing. Step 3 is sense it. It says continue breathing deep. Like take a moment and really process what happens to you, like step by step process to acknowledge it. Step 4 is name it. So if you want to associate it with anxiety, if you want to associate it with anger, like what is that trauma doing to your body currently? Like, does it make you anxious? Does it make you scared? Does it make you angry? Like what is it that it's doing to you? You want to name it. Like name is making me angry. It's making me anxious. It's making me whatever. Number 5 is they say love it. I know I sounded confused. I read this before and I had the same reaction. They say love it. As part of a mindful approach to healing, healing from trauma, we need to accept everything that we feel, whether it's true to your conscience or the moment, and just say that I love that feeling. I love that it made me angry. I love that it made me sad or anxious. It said do this with every emotion you feel, especially the harder ones. Like embrace being a human and love it for yourself. After you accept it and love for each emotion, each emotion that it makes you feel. So if it makes you feel angry and nervous, love it for making you a human. Is I think what they're saying. Number 6 is feel it and experience it. I think that just goes back to don't hide or try to change them. Observe them, acknowledge what happened, welcome any discomfort. Keep breathing. It says let your body respond the way that it wants to, whether it's sweating or anything like that, or you want something to punch, or express the emotion that you want to express, but don't hide from it. I think is the key to that one. Number 7 is receive its message and wisdom. And I think that's the biggest one of what we've been talking about the whole time, which is um, accepting what it did to us, understanding how we can, or what we can take from what tools that gives us as a going forward as an adult or whatever. They said write it down if you have to. Just whatever you got to do, but take the positive, take what you can from it, whatever it's doing, and then they say share it with the people that's close to you, whether it's a counselor. Talk about it, write it in your journal, write letters, but don't send them to those who hurt you. Can be very effective. And number 9 is let it go. Visualize the energy, the emotion that it's doing for you, and like send it out into the world. Like say that it's not going to affect you internally anymore, that you're just going to give it away, and that you're not going to let it bind you down or whatever. It can be uncomfortable at first, but this person said, I promise it's a very rewarding journey. The energy can continue to spread, to spend on trauma will be released. The space inside of ourselves that trauma took up can be instead filled with new, more positive energy that can help us build a new life that we love. Now that's the professional way.
Right.
I like our way better personally, but I'm also not a professional, which is, well, the same stuff, just less steps. Mm-hmm. Acknowledge it, just like any problem. You don't acknowledge that it's a problem, whether it's drinking or racism or anything. Like if you don't acknowledge that it's a problem, then you can't even begin to work on it. So acknowledge it, take what you can from it, the good stuff, like take the tools from it, and then let that shit go. Yeah. Let it go.
Like I said, it's a lot different when you've grown than as opposed to when you were going through it. But when you're grown, you got a different experience. You try to get away from it as much as you can, but at the same time, you can't. So let it go. You can't necessarily let it go when it's still,
But I feel like, but also holding on to it doesn't do you any favors either. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, and I'm not saying like it's simple, but holding on to it doesn't do what you needed to do either. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to let it go at some point. You need to be able to learn and grow from it. Because if you don't, then it's just gonna keep knocking you down time after time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no counselor. We should get our resident counselor therapist on here and see what they got to say. But yeah, like Andrew said, it's part of the journey. That makes me who that make exactly. It's part. Look, I've said this countless times to people. I don't know if I said it on the show. I might have. I'm almost sure I might have. But like I enjoy. I don't want to say enjoy, but I like the person who I am today. Right. In order for that to happen, I had to lose my dad when I lost him. I had to lose my grandmother when I lost her. I had to go through the moving out stuff. I had to go through the negative stuff with the police. Like, all that stuff made me to who I am today. So I appreciate, even though it's some fucked up situations, I appreciate every single one of them experiences that I had. All the people I talked to, and I even say this like when I pray at night or whatever. I even say this like, thank you for the people to God. Like, thank you for the people who was in my life, even if for a brief second, right? Uh, People know I was engaged at the time, whatever, young, you know what I'm saying? And but that experience will help me later, you know what I'm saying? But that experience, that's something I can use, and even though it was a wild ass time, I can take stuff from that will make me better in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. I think that the best thing you can do is pull from it, pull the good stuff that you can, and then let it go. Because what can you do about it? You go back to my motto, like, you can't change it.
Right.
So adapt, make it new, take the good shit from it, and then get rid of it because it ain't doing nothing but killing you inside. Just like trauma that we suppress and stuff we talk about as childhood, it just kills you inside. Where you have diabetes and heart failure and all type of wild shit happen to you because yeah, like all that stuff happened because you fucking stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Or all the stuff that you like just holding on to, like let that shit go. Sometimes you gotta let that shit go, man. Andrew said to make who is it, who we are. Andrew said let us go. Could be all let it go. Could also be just accepting it, and better is better. Better is better, no matter how you look at it, right? If you go from being able to run a mile in 30 minutes and now you're down to 28 minutes, that's better. Like, you can't deny better is better. It just is what it is. And letting it go, yeah, I think that is similar. Just accepting it, I think that's very similar. Like, you accept that it happened to you, and now, like, what can you do about it? Nothing. Let that shit go.
Yeah. So let me ask we're coming up on 7. I don't know what else we're gonna say.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know what it's the perfect ending to the show. I don't know what else we're gonna say.
Let me just say this before we get out of here. That's fine. I got nothing profound to say.
But I mean, what you see today is we went through what we went through. We overcame it. I'm pretty sure we came out on top because a lot of scenarios could happen. A lot of different scenarios because I mean, not everybody takes stress, depression, anxiety, things of that nature in a good way. Like some people just can't come back from it. Especially as like a situation I described earlier in the show when I was in the hospital. Like some people don't come back after that.
I feel bad that I had no trauma like that. Well, not bad. Not like I say I feel bad, but I mean like I can't like nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? No, like, and not saying that I lose my grandmother is nothing. Like that's all I can relate it to. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, it's like getting married and or not getting married, get engaged and get unengaged. We talked about losing jobs and shit. Like, all that stuff is stuff that I don't even consider trauma because it's like, well, I got the tools already, so all I gotta do is do what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't had difficult times. I think we all have. I don't think that's not even a fucking thing. Like, we all had difficult times and stuff, but like, I don't have any. I don't know. I'm just different. You know what I'm saying? I'm different in that aspect that stuff don't get to me in the way that it would to a normal people or to everyday people. And shit, maybe that's my downfall. Not downfall necessarily, but like, maybe that's my issue is that like, I am so hardened to the to life, like to certain life experiences that I can't emotionally connect. You know what I'm saying? But I think I do a good job of being able to be empathetic to people going through certain stuff. But as far as having like the actual experiences to talk about as an adult, I haven't. Like most of my stuff been as a kid, and I feel like so much stuff happened when I was a kid that now that I'm an adult, it's like, well, just another hurdle. Like not really trauma, but just something I got to do.
And to somebody, okay, let's say, something like, I'm 30. Let's say I'm going through financial troubles. It's like, well, I know I can get through this. It ain't really. I know how to survive through this situation.
Yeah.
As whereas to somebody who never has financial troubles, and
They got
$50 and they think, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
My shit said 194 for a week before. You know what I'm saying? Like 194. And I mean $1. I don't mean 100. You know what I'm saying? $1.94 for a week. And it's like, well,
you can say you did good at saving there. It's something.
Hey,
what you gonna buy with it?
Exactly.
$1.94.
Exactly.
Can't even buy really make double with $1.
No, you can't really. Like, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I just use that experience. Like, so the next time I get down in my bank account, like, oh, you got $5. I'm like, cool. Like, I mean, I still can buy a meal. You know, at least one meal. I should probably space it out, be a little, you know, so I can hit the grocery store. Or I can't buy a pick 5. I can buy 1 pound of ground beef, and I spread the shit out. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got those skills now, and it's one of the greatest things ever because of the stuff I go through.
Got meals for like 3 days.
Nigga, and by 3 days, I mean Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and hopefully you get paid that Friday. Like that's what I mean. 3 meals, exactly. Before we get out of here, Angela said, she said, thanks for the therapy, guys. We don't know what people are going through each day. It's why being kind is important. She said, you don't know how many one small thing you do in kindness.
One small thing. That's what she cried.
Can do in kindness can help someone. Maybe even let a driver go ahead of you. They may be heading to a loved one that's in a hospital or something. We don't know. That's true. That's exactly true. Not feel like that's a great lesson. I feel like that's something that we can add to any topic. Like when we talk about race, I think that's something that we can add that to. When we talk about just wild shit going on in the city, we can add that to it. We talk about good stuff, we can add that to it too. But just that little bit of holding the door for somebody, you know what I'm saying, when they come through, or when you see something wild, you know what I'm saying, like not shitting on a person, you know what I'm saying, like can just give them just a little bit of a boost that they need, and then that positive energy just transfers and keep going.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the most important thing.
Like this side note, I hate to end the show now. It's been a great show, but when we smoke cigars, I'm ready. I'm done. Ready to go to bed. Every time I smoke a cigar, I'm ready to go to bed. Like,
that's funny.
I get the best sleep ever.
All right, so we're gonna cut out here. We're just gonna talk about some ePIFFany media trauma, but he's traumatized as it is.
I mean, as far as the ePIFFany media trauma, like when we first started it in the ePIFFany radio days, that was probably like the most trauma. But now, like I said,
we did this before.
Do it. Like now, it's like
we can do it again.
I know how to handle. Like just keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. And then when I'm at the top, it ain't like I'm gonna like look down on it and stun on it. No, I just like I told you, it's just gonna be on somebody. I told you, like you didn't see my picture. Now you see it.
Now you're trying to come around.
Wishing it happened.
Now you're trying to come around. I was like, want you?
Nah, it won't. You know, I remember that, but I'm not going to like try to shit on you though. Like, I mean, what's the point?
I might. He won't, but I might.
It's like, what's the point? Like,
maybe
it's just a waste of my energy just shitting on you because I'm gonna shit on you when everything you turn on in life, I'm shitting on you.
Hey, well, I can do both, so I might do both, maybe. Hey,
you want to drink? I'm gonna be shitting on you. You want to smoke? I'm gonna be shitting on you.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, like
so there ain't no point for me to like try to like do anything. No.
I'm smoking these cigars from this place. Oh, these them fucking Russian joints. Like yo, so like come on here and cap on y'all. Anyway,
like these is them like we ain't gonna come. I ain't even gonna talk.
I'm just
no point in talking about stuff.
I'm just saying that. So we got one last story to tell about uplifting and not shitting on people when you can. All right, so this is ePIFFany Radio Days. We're going to the Peabodys. So
Which time? We went twice.
the good time, the time where it was a culmination of everything came out amazing. Anyway, so we was in there and it was some young rappers, some young artists that this wasn't good, like honestly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we went in there being constructive, like, hey, look out for this. You know what I'm saying? Be aware that you're doing this, and blah blah blah. And then his mom was so pissed. I don't even know he was out. This was like the outside stage. His mom was so pissed at me. He got it though. He understood. Like, but she was so pissed. Like, well, who are you to say this, this, and this? And I'm like, look, I'm nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody but somebody that's watching, and I'm looking at what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the nigga. Like, I'm not close enough to pacify him. Like, you was mine. Like, oh, you did great, no matter what happened.
Right.
Nigga, I'm a nigga on the outside. Like, that was cool, but you doing this, and that's weak or corny or whatever. But it wasn't like, I hate you and you suck, or your music sucks.
Right.
It was like, hey, just be aware that you're doing that stuff, and this is how you can make your performance better. This is how you can make your stage presence better. Shout out to my nigga Devontae that's like, nigga, we talent evaluators. Like, he just ran up in our face like, we scouting talent out here. Like, I jumped some old lady face. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like the kid or whatever, the young dude, like, he understood. Like, you're like, okay, he took it as constructive criticism. Nigga, she was heated.
But that's how you're supposed to take it. I mean, somebody can tell me something about the show, and I feel like, okay, I agree with that, but I'll make it better or whatever. Like, so, because I really want to know, because it's hard to like judge what people like, what people don't like.
There's so many people.
Know? So somebody told me like, I love the show, but y'all jump from topic to topic to topic, so I can't keep up because y'all switching up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is true.
So then we took it. Okay, let's talk about. We would do a certain theme every show, and we could, we excelling at that too.
So all I'm saying is, don't be afraid to give us constructive criticism, and sometimes even when it's not warranted, you got to talk to people and let them fucking know what's going on to help them out. But with that, we're gonna sign off. Y'all have a great week, Angel. You have a blessed week as well. I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. We got some shit coming up for y'all. Probably gonna be a couple weeks, to be honest. We got some other stuff. That he don't know about that I'm about to talk to him about in a minute. And I don't know, man. Just trying to do great by y'all. Like I said, if y'all got feedback for us, positive or negatively, you can post it in the comments. Like, we're not gonna delete your comment. You can post it to the page. You can send us a message or whatever. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll be cool with it. Like, trust me. We ain't
whatever you want to say.
We're not going to delete it. Like, we're not going to shit on you for shitting on us. Like,
I will respond.
Yeah, we just want to know.
Immediately.
We just want to know. So
we have a conversation. So
go ahead and rate us. I know we ask all the time. Nobody did it. So we're like 3 people, which is cool. If y'all need anything, hit us up. We're working on merchandise and hoodies. I know it's fall time. We got some stuff in the works. We got it's fall. Like, we got other stuff that I want to spoil, but I don't want to spoil. We have videos and all type of stuff coming up. So just keep rocking with us. And if y'all need us to do anything, we got y'all.
Like, I know this is a typo, Angel, but you said I feel like you guys moving in a God direction. I ain't even gonna correct you.
Nah, shit, I am. Don't let me sit next to this lightning bolt. I ain't Kanye. I ain't saying no wild shit. Like, I said who I thought it was, a God. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, the album coming in 2 weeks. I just want to hear these gospel remixes that you're trying to put out. That's all you're doing is putting out some gospel, no original songs.
This is literally the last thing I'm gonna say ever for this show. The last thing I'm gonna say about this, just because you brought it up, is I just read a story that he just recently converted to Christianity or whatever, he got baptized or whatever.
What was he doing before that with Jesus was? All right, look, we're gonna end the show. Exactly. We're gonna end the show.
Exactly.
We can't have that type of energy in the show. We don't know this man personally, but I have to ask some questions if I ever talk to him.
All I'm saying is, What was he doing before?
Exactly. But at the same time, he didn't write that shit. Ron Fest wrote that Jesus Walks for the most part.
But we'll talk about it next time, or we won't talk about it.
It's in the community of Chicago right now, giving back. But look, thank y'all for tuning in. And remember to own your own, because it's very important.
Shout out to ePIFFany Media. As always, salute to the city, man. We will catch y'all next week. Be on the lookout for the next topic for the next show. It's a Halloween show, so costumes maybe, I don't know. We'll figure some shit out.
You know what? Because the day before I'm wearing my costume, so I did the costume thing last year. I'm doing it again this year.
I'll see what I can come up with, man. Y'all have a good week. We will see y'all next week. Like I said, if y'all need anything or or merchandise or comments or whatever, definitely hit us up, and we'll talk to y'all next Sunday. Funny.